Hello. Chalo, let's start. Uh, Hi everyone. Before I can answer any of you, I just want to make one thing very clear that often I'm asked whether when will be the day when my new show will come on air and on screen and something like that. My answer to you all is that, like you, even I am kind of sort of dubious right now that I don't know what's going to happen next. And even if I'll know something, there's a protocol which every actor must follow. I mean, you can't expect me to behave like Mark Ruffalo or Tom Holland, ruining the plots and subplots of a movie entirely. This is a reference because people understand it clearly. Otherwise, on a legal term, an actor shouldn't be talking about his project or revealing too much about the project. Otherwise, it kills the intensity or the mood away from the pace when they are witnessing the project. So my point is that if there's something, if there will be anything at all entirely, you will get to know about it. I'm not someone who loves to hide his personal life. See, I've made it one thing very clear as an actor. The reason I keep myself away from people and in general is because I would prefer you to connect with the actor or the character that I'm portraying on screen and not me in person, because honestly speaking, I'm not too happening, I'm not too exciting, I'm quite boring, and that is how it should be, because there has to be a perfect balance. I'm not trying to quote Thanos, I'm just trying to say that your life should be perfectly balanced. All the things that I do, all the things that I'm supposed to do on screen for the people and for the shared excitement and for the shared enjoyment and entertainment per se. The reason I try to not live happening or exciting life is because, yeah, when I'm not doing all these things, I'm either preparing for something or trying to recover from something, or just trying to be as normal as possible as I can. And I really like the idea of having this live thing, because often when I'm being interviewed, when I try to tell them, ek to, I don't know, in our industry or in our work, it's become like this that, when you talk, no one wants to hear the real thing. They just want that excitement, something to spice up their lives, something non-meaningful, something for sheer entertainment. But my point is that you can provide that, you can give that on screen. You don't have to make a fool of yourself. You don't have to make a target of yourself. You don't have to unnecessarily ruin your life, people who are around you. Because then what will happen for that one momentary weakness, that, oh, I should be seen on screen, or I should do something to make it worthy of my parents' time, or people who question me that what exactly am I doing, So I cannot do that. And when I'm being interviewed, when I start saying things that I don't want to hear the real thing, say something exciting, I can't do that. I mean, if you remember, there was a time when I was asked, so sir, इस रोल के लिए आपने बाल बढ़ाए कितना टाइम लगा? अरे बेटा, बाल मैंने बढ़ाए कितना टाइम लगा? This doesn't make sense. बाल अपने आप बढ़ेंगे. इंसान बाल काट सकता है, बढ़ा नहीं सकता है. बढ़ने में टाइम लगेगा तो लग जाएगा. उसमें आप क्या करोगे? That's not your hard work. Your hard work for a role can be for you to understand the role. And even if I'm not the greatest actor ever, the least you can do is, when you're working, you can be dedicated towards your work. You can give your life, give your soul, give your time that you so desperately wanted. Do justify, do, make every second of that one dream of yours come true, you know. And that's how I've been living my life. I mean, since day one, since so many things have been taken away from me. For example, my childhood, my teenage years, my whatever. But in return, I have been privileged enough to make sure that, being 27 right now, I have this remarkable legacy. I mean, I know so many people who have struggled so much, who have sacrificed so much. My sacrifices, my struggles have been different. It can be put into the term of being dedicated towards your work and hard work. I have not sacrificed my respect. So at least my life is dignified, right? I have some dignity left in me. Not like I'm not trying to compare it with anyone, but I'm just trying to say that I can literally walk in public and, just feel proud. Not feel, hey, I'm someone or something, I have money. No, it doesn't work like that. If you're working for yourself. You're not trying to become better than anyone else. Suddenly you get this VIP treatment, and people can't fathom the fact that they are being popular, they are being loved and cherished, and being getting all this attention. They can't handle it. So I'm not one of those people who wanted that. In fact, I would prefer to be as normal as possible and be as humble as possible, because, to be very honest, I don't care whether you know me as Rajat Tokas, who I am. I would really love the fact, and which I have mentioned before, that all that I have left, all that is not being lived in my life, should be justified with all that I have tried to make it worth my time on screen. And I'm very happy with the fact that, when I did Prithviraj Chauhan, I emerged as something, young and energetic and cute and happening. But that shouldn't be the only thing in my life, right? I'm glad that I met so many good people who taught me something good, that I cannot just stretch one thing to its core, and I cannot just use that one cuteness, that charm, that whatever that I had in my career, and I cannot just use it to just, be happening. That was 2006. We are in 2018. That's 12 years. And because of that, I can share one incident which is very beautiful and quite memorable to my heart. So when I was shooting the promo for Nagin, there was this AD, the assistant director, who came and met me. And he said, sir, it's an honor to meet you. And I was like, yeah, thanks, sir. So, you liked Chandragupta or Jodha Akbar? He said, no, sir, no. I've been watching you and your shows since Prithviraj Chauhan. And I felt humbled, and I stood up, I hugged him, and I said, thank you so much for saying that, because if you are a kind of sort of a fan of me since 2006, 12 years, that it becomes my responsibility to maintain the same bloody spot of people loving me, giving me their half an hour or whatever that they have for me out of their beautiful lives, to make it worth. And since last 12 years, I've made it damn sure whether I'm oozing blood